Hi, kids. Okay, number 21, greatest films of all time, Sunset Boulevard, 1950, directed by Billy Wilder. This is the third Billy Wilder film on this list so far. And it's kind of a perfect combination of the previous two. The other two being Double Indemnity, which is a film noir, and The Apartment, which is more comedy drama. I don't think I mentioned this in the Apartment video, but the first time I watched The Apartment, I had heard about The Apartment was one of the greatest comedies ever. And in my brain, I was like, oh, The Apartment's the greatest comedy ever. It's going to be one of the funniest movies ever. Not one of the funniest movies ever. It's one of the greatest comedies. Those things are not the same thing. Anyways, so this movie kind of in the line between that. Is it a film noir? Is it a drama? Is it a comedy? I don't know. Is it? I think it's right in between all of that. It's all of it. Sunset Boulevard, baby. It's Gloria Swanson, William Holden, Eric von Stronheim, Nancy Olson, featuring Cecil B. DeMille. Haven't mentioned him enough on this channel. And our favorite, my favorite, Buster Keaton. So it is a movie in Hollywood about Hollywood. Hollywood loves movies about Hollywood. Sunset Boulevard is a boulevard in Hollywood. So, Los Angeles, been settled for quite some time. Around 1880s, Sunset Boulevard becomes a street, a thing. And then the early 1900s is when Hollywood starts to move into LA, or the film industry that is becomes Hollywood. Film industry prior was set up in New Jersey, Jersey. Um, but there's this guy named Thomas Edison you might have heard of, and basically everybody wanted to get away from Edison, so they started a No Thomases Club in LA, and yeah, moved away, and that's where Hollywood is where it is, and LA is probably a little nicer than New Jersey, unless you're from New Jersey. In case, I'm sorry. So yeah, so Hollywood moves in 1911. The first studios start to be built on Sunset Boulevard. 1916 is when Intolerance is filmed on, I think, the corner of Sunset and Hollywood. Out to open air set for Intolerance, which is on this list. 1918 is Poverty Row, so it's a bunch of studios. Columbia sets up shop there. It Happened One Night and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington are filmed in Poverty Row. Both films on this list. And then things change. Hollywood changes. 1940s, the gangsters start to come in. Studios, things move to different parts of LA, of Hollywood. So silent film stars during the 1920s would buy property, houses, live near Sunset Boulevard. That's where the action was. Changes over time. If you read Tarantino's book, Cinema Speculation, he talks about his early memories of Sunset Boulevard and what it was before and after. It's changed over time. But anyways, Sunset Boulevard, that's the backdrop for this film. Norma Desmond is our main character. She is played by Gloria Swanson. Gloria Swanson was pretty much Norma Desmond. So Gloria Swanson was a silent film era actress, big star for, I believe, Paramount, which makes this film. And then a lot of actors and actresses didn't make the transition to sound for various reasons, not all the same reasons. Sometimes, in the course or case of Gloria Swanson, it was just kind of bad luck. I think her first talkie was just a big bomb, and then after that, people didn't want to take a chance on her. So Gloria Swanson, this was her comeback role. Wilder was looking for someone like that, so they also looked at people like Mary Pickford and Clara Bow, or do you say Bow? Is it Bow or Bow, or do you say Bow? Chicka wow wow. So Written by Billy Wilder and Charles Brackett. The two of them also wrote The Lost Weekend, a number of other films. I think they worked together 12 times in the course of their careers. I'm not going to name all 12 films. Prior to this, they had done The Emperor Waltz, which was one of the highest gross. I think it was like the sixth highest grossing film of that year, 1948. Emperor Waltz comes out, and there is a critic, a reviewer for Time Magazine, D.M. Marshman Jr. He has a critique in Time of that film, and Wilder and Brackett were kind of impressed with it. So for Sunset Boulevard, they decided, let's bring him in, help with the script. Also, kind of, you got to think, get an element of a critique before you actually have finished the film. Outsider's Eye, he has a writing credit on this film. There are lots of people Wilder worked with on this film that he's worked with many a time. Cinematography is John F. Seitz, who also did the cinematography on Double Indemnity, so that's why this film and that film look as incredible as they do. Costume design is by Edith Head, so probably one of the most famous or the biggest, most well-known names in costume designing, especially in this era in film, Edith Head. The score is done by Franz Waxman. Waxman, if you're a genre fan, did the score for things like The Bride of Frankenstein, Rear Window, The Devil Doll, Suspicion, with Hitchcock a couple times. Yeah, Sunset Boulevard, pretty awesome. You should watch it. It's number 21 on this list. So, BFI, British Film Institute, 2012 list of films. It was number 63 on the critics list, number 67 on the directors list. 2022 edition, it was 78 on the critics list, 62 on the directors list. Those are okay numbers. Doesn't really get you very high on this list. What does? American Film Institute's 98 list, 100 greatest American films. It was number 12. And then in 2007, second edition, it was number 16 on that list. And on IMDb, according to how well you think the movie is, how well you think it is, by good English, it is ranked 59. So it's the 59th best reviewed film on IMDb, according to you. So it's number 21 on this list. Very good film. I think the only knock against this film, depending on who you are, it is often cited as Donald Trump saying it's his favorite film. So maybe there's something to consider there. Anyways, maybe it's telling about Trump. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Bye.